Frequently asked business questions are, when are we busy? Are there days of the week when we're busier? Are there months of the year when we're busier? Or are there particular hours of the day when we are busy? These questions are frequently asked by the management team so that they can solve workforce planning problem. On what day do we need to hire more people to answer the phone? On what month do we need to hire more people, perhaps on casual basis, to man the store? Let me show you a set of Power BI visualization which have been specifically designed to provide insight on fluctuation of units sold by month and by day. This is a beautiful chart because it clearly shows that there is seasonality in terms of units sold by month. We have units sold the highest in January and Feb as well as November and December in the summer month in Australia. And then during winter month, that's when sales are the lowest. There is also seasonality by day. For some reason, Monday is the busiest day, followed by Tuesday, and then the weekend seems to be quiet. This is for store number 3. And then for store 2, something similar is also being experienced. Busy in January and February, as well as November and December, and busy on Monday. And in store 1, it is also similar. Busy on Monday and Tuesday, and then quieter over the weekend. However, the monthly seasonality is a little bit different. Yes, January and Feb, as well as November, December are busy, but there is kind of a spike in August. This is unusual, only happening in store 1, not really in store 2 and store 3. There are 12 steps required to recreate this report from scratch. Step 1, set up your data model to be loaded to Power BI. Make sure we have quantity sold by store and by day. Ensure that we have months formatted in 3 letters as well as in numbers, and then day of the week formatted in 3 letters as well as in numbers. Convert the data into a table by pressing Ctrl T, save and close the file. Step 2, load to Power BI. Step 3, create a new measure called average quantity. Step 4, create our visualization starting with the matrix table. And in step 5, sort our day of the week and month column. Step 6, set up conditional formatting. Step 7, beautify our matrix. Increase row height, remove shading, and remove the day of the week text. Step 8, create 2 other visualization, horizontal chart and vertical bar chart. Step 9, test the report. This is very important. Step 10, tweak the interactions. Step 11, add slicer. And the last step, add title and the underline. Let's look at the data that we'll use to create our data model. The starting point are dates, quantity, and store. And from dates, we will need to derive day of the week and month as text, just the first 3 letters. And I've used this formula to derive day of the week and month. And then to derive day of the week as numbers, I've used the weekday formula. And to derive month as number, I just used the month formula. Once you have finished setting up your data, don't forget to convert it into a table by pressing Ctrl T, and then after that, save and close the file. Open a new Power BI report, click Import Data from Excel, select the file that we prepared earlier, hit Open, and then wait for a bit, and then click the table, and then hit Load. Just wait for a second, and then all the information that we prepared earlier will then pop up on the right over here. Click the data view so that you can review the table and make sure all the information that you wanted to see are visible in here. Next step is to create new measure. Just type in average quantity and type in average and then click quantity, close it, and then hit tick. And then notice how average quantity is created there with a calculator. It's a sign that the new measure has been created. Next, we will recreate this visualization using a combination of a matrix, horizontal bar chart, and vertical column chart. Let's click Report View, And let's create our first visualization, which is a matrix. Click the matrix. And then just type average quantity and then click and drag to values. Ooh, that's good, but we don't need the decimal place. So click average quantity and change the decimal place to 0. Press enter. Nice. And then add comma so that we can read it easier. And then after that, type month and then put the month in the column header like that. And then put the day of the week in the row. Now that looks good, but we don't need the total. So let's turn off column subtotal and row subtotal. Ideally, we want to see day of the week sorted, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. And the month sorted so that we can see January, February, etc. How do we do this? Go into the data view and then in here, click sort by column. So click sort by column. So for month, click sort by column, month number. And then for day of the week, click day of the week and then click sort by column, day of the week number. All right, by doing that, let's see whether things are fixed. And look at this now. We are going to sort the day of the week by day of the week. Look at that. Oh, why is it like that? That's the opposite. Click sort ascending. And voila, all good. And look at that, the month is also fixed. Next, let's add some conditional formatting. Click the table and then right-click the measure and then click conditional formatting background color. And then we'll just change this color setup so that the lowest value is in white and then the highest value, let's make it purple. Hit OK. And voila, all done. Next, let's increase the row height and then remove the shading. How do we do that? Click the visuals and then click format your visuals. And then in the style preset, click none. That will remove the shading. And then click grid. Click options and then increase row padding from 0 to 12. Then just increase the width like that. The last thing is let's blank out that day of the week over there. How? Just double click day of the week name and then press space, hit enter. And voila, that disappeared from there because we have renamed day of the week in here as blank. Now let's just increase that a little bit. Nice. Next, let's create the other visualization. Let's create horizontal bar chart. Let's put our quantity, measure there in the x-axis, and then in the y-axis, we need day of the week. Like that. Okay. Now, let's just resize it. Okay, so that they're the same size. Let's get rid of the things that we don't need. For example, we don't need the title. So let's turn off the title. General, title off, yeah. And then the y-axis, we don't need that. And then the title, we don't need that as well. So we can get rid of that. And then the x-axis, we don't need that too. And then the title, we also don't need that. What we do need is a label so that we can see how much have we sold on those days. Now let's format the label so that the position is inside N, like that. And then let's change the color of the bar. Let's make it purple as well. Okay, now let's resize so that they're aligned. How cool is this? Okay, now just check Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Wonderful. Love it. Okay, next one, we are going to create vertical bar chart over here. Let's click cluster column chart. And then let's find our average quantity, click and drag into the y-axis. And then for x-axis, we want month. You are right. Click and drag to x-axis and look at that, all nicely arranged. Now let's get rid of what we don't need. Okay, let's start with the title. We don't need title. Okay, that's now gone, wonderful. And then x-axis, we don't need that. We also don't need the y-axis. Turn it off and turn off the title. Nice. And we want label, just like just now. Turn on the label and then just keep it inside data labels, position. Okay, inside and nice. Now let's change the color, columns. Make that purple. Nice. And just align it so that it's right on top of the month. And voila, we are done. Next, let's test our report. Let's click this. Okay, nice. Okay, that's not nice. When we click Tuesday, it doesn't appear over here, but instead it goes to the top next to Monday. So that's not very good. I don't like that. And then let's test that. Oh, that December, why is that information going over there? So that's not good. We need to tweak the interaction so that it doesn't display that way. Let's fix the interaction. Click the chart, go to Format, click Edit Interaction, and let's make sure it doesn't interact with the matrix over here. Yeah, and then let's click this chart and make sure it doesn't interact with the matrix table. Click None. So now let's test it. Now when we click this, that stays. Yeah, it still interacts with the other chart and I'm fine with that. Yeah, and then when we click this, that still interacts. Okay, nice. Now we are showing how September in relation to the average, which is in the other color. Okay. And then when we are here, okay, so we are showing that as well. The other option is to set the interaction a little bit differently. So let's click this one and then Format Interaction. We can change that to filter. Yeah. So when we do that, watch this. Now we can see the values instead of previously we couldn't see the values because it was not set to filtering. I prefer that. Now compare that with this. Yeah. So this hasn't been set, so you still get to see the previous averages, and I don't really like that. It's a bit too messy, so I'm going to change the interaction to filtering like that. Yeah. Okay, nice. Last step, let's create a slicer. Click slicer, and then just enter store, click and drag to the store, and then change the slicer type into a drop-down box, which is my favorite, and then just make it a bit smaller, and then look at that. Now we can change the various selection. The last step is the simplest. We're going to add title and we're going to type cell seasonality by day and by month. And then highlight that, make it bigger, say 20, and then just drag to the right. And we are pretty much done. And let's put an underline using shapes. Okay, we are adding a line to differentiate our title with the rest of the report. And let's make that color consistently purple. How do we do that? Click Style and then change the border color to purple. And we are really done. The last thing that I want to show you, if you want to modify the color, just select different theme, click View, and select different theme. Like that, or like that, or like that. Which one do you prefer? Let me know. I hope you find this tutorial useful and will inspire you to use something similar in your day-to-day life. Remember, you can also swap day and month with hours and weeks, for example. The options are endless, all up to you. See you next time!